Hey guys, this is Kai from World Class Card Fighters, and today we'll be talking about a standard Link Joker deck list just in time for the Vilest Deletor set coming out this weekend. So I'll just go through all the cards, why they're in there, and what are the key pieces of this deck. And I'll start with the grade 3s. Grade 3s, I'm running 4 Greyon and 4 Greydol, and then 2 Schwarzschild. Now, why am I running the 2 Schwarzschild? Because through testing, I used to only run 1 for a 9 grade 3 lineup, but I found that Schwarzschild is pretty good as a first ride. Like, out of all the grade 3s, Greydol feels really bad when you ride it first, because all you're doing is you're Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, and you're just binding a card. And the other effect that it has doesn't really come into play, because even the most average player already knows its effect, so they're not going to just like slam a bunch of like grade 1s that are totally pointless onto the field and just get stuck. So Greydol was not as great as compared to just Greyon and Schwarzschild. Schwarzschild, you ride it first, you still get the Counterblast 1 to bind a card, and then if you don't have a follow-up, at least you can still Counterblast 1 and bind another card. Same with Greyon, you always have that Counterblast 2 effect no matter what ride you're on, and then you have an on-hit pressure. So if you really want to cut down your grade 3s, I'd personally cut down a Greydol, but you can cut down a Schwarzschild as well. And yeah, that's it. Thing is, like, the second ride of Greydol is really nice because you can just snatch away games just by deleting with a crit. So that's why I've actually just kept that at 4. But if you don't have a follow-up ride after that, your pressure becomes really weak. So just be careful when you play Greydol. Make sure you have something to follow that up with. Now, the biggest thing about this deck that makes it decent is Alba and Elro. Okay, so why is that good? Because these cards really capitalize on Force's ability to just slam at grade 2 and apply pressure. It's very hard to get rid of Force grade 2s unless you're another Force clan or you have an effect to just remove their grade 2s, because they're 1k higher than Excel and Protect grade 2s. So they have to commit more to actually get rid of your grade 2s. And the best thing about these two is that even if they die, if you play the other one later on, you get the other one back for free. So if your Alba dies, you play an Elro, and then from your drop zone, your Alba can come back. So getting pluses in Standard is very important. Standard is all about getting those gradual +1s, and these really do that. Otherwise, like, Alba gets powered so it can hit numbers, and Elro has like on-hit, Counterblast 1, and bind another card. So all of them have on-put pressure, and people will be willing to go out of the way to guard them and lower their hand for like maybe like a Greydol with Given combo. Given, everyone kind of knows what it does now. Very good card, but in Standard, you won't really go wombo combo with it, so I'm only running 3. It only combos with Greydol and Greyon, but that's fine. That's fine. Preferably you combo it with Greydol, but you know, if they're deleted, just do it. Just do it when you think you can kill them. The grade 1s, the most important card is the Opener of Dark Gates. Why? Because it pluses, alright? Soul Blast 1, look at the top 2, and then pick a card that's like the same grade or lower than your Vanguard. So at 2, you can start playing it and hope you don't miss. At 3, you can definitely get a free card. And if you play this and you see another one, good times, alright? They can just flood the field. So most important card out of all of them. The rest is kind of like a bit jank. Playing Drown just because it can countercharge, that's about it. Adds to Soul, binds your opponent, but otherwise, yeah, very standard card. Gaian, even less relevant in Standard than in Premium because your opponent doesn't run any foreigners in Standard. So all you're doing is, if you play something, you might just use the effect just to draw an extra card if you're stuck. That's about it. That's why I'm only playing that. Trigger lineup, I'm playing 5 draws, 7 crit, 4 heals. You can play like 4 draws, 8 crit, or 6/6. Really up to your personal taste. And your starter, you can pick between the Deletor starter or this one, so it doesn't really matter. One thing with Schwarzschild is that if Another thing with short style is that I'm running 2 because sometimes you're like one goes to damage and your opponent like starts just playing random cards out. If they're Angel Feather, they might call like a draw trigger in the beginning or something by mistake. They see you play Deletors and don't think of the short style. So yeah, like randomly getting rid of key cards and then just using the effect later on in the game will probably win you some games. So yeah, short style, better than I expected. Overall, this deck, this Force deck, will probably not be as good as your Shadow Paladin, Neo Nectar, Royal Paladin decks that can just absolutely slam at grade 2 and destroy their bad matchups like Angel Feather and Neo. One thing, I was in Japan and I played deck very similar to this, except I ran like only one less Schwarzschild. Yeah, I lost to like Angel Feather. That was my only loss. Got healed 7 times and I was 5k short. So otherwise, yeah, it's good looking deck. Definitely good looking. And if you really like the aesthetics, just get the deck. All right. This is Kai from WCC signing out.